Adam here from the Walser Automotive Group, and what I want to do today is show you a little bit around the all-new Hyundai Santa Cruz. Now this is the 2024 model, and this is going to be the all-wheel drive in the limited trim. So we'll look around the exterior, and then we'll take you for a drive around and see if this might just be the perfect vehicle for you. Okay, so some big changes for the 2024 model aren't exactly happening on the Santa Cruz, but we are getting a few minor changes. The SEL Premium trim is now basically becoming the XRT trim, which is going to be a little bit more off-road focused. It's a pretty cool package. LED headlights are now going to be standard across the model, as well as a few other little changes. But where you're going to want to be is inside, so let's hop in, we'll go for a spin around. All right, so now we're behind the wheel of the Santa Cruz. Again, this is the limited model, so you're gonna have a ton of good features in here, which I really found myself liking more than I thought I would, but let's go. So one thing I've noticed between the Hyundai lineup as well as this vehicle is this still has your standard shifter. A lot of the Hyundais are switching over to the drive-by-wire, which is gonna be just the buttons, but you know what? If I'm in a smaller pickup, I don't mind this. You still have room for the cup holders, and then down here you are gonna have room for the wireless charging, which is gonna be pretty nice that there's also a little storage as well as your cubby here. Now, a few other things that are gonna be added into the limited: cooled seats. You might hear the fans kick on. It's hot today, so that's one of those features that I really love in a vehicle. Some don't work very well. The Hyundais, immediately you feel that cold air blowing up your back, and it's really nice. Now on the other side of that, this is also going to have heated seats as well as a heated leather wrapped steering wheel and shift knob. The heated steering wheel is an amazing feature as well for when winter comes around. It's one of those definitely wanted items in most new vehicles for me. Now, onto the infotainment screen. This is the 10.25-inch display. One of the downfalls of having the navigation package is that you don't get wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Now, it is plugged in, so I did have my phone plugged in earlier, and you can have your Google Maps and Spotify going. It kind of seems weird to have the wireless charging when you can't use the wireless CarPlay. Again, that's one of the only downfalls I found of this vehicle, but it's almost immediate for me in that it's not so bad to have your phone plugged in to use CarPlay, but it is kind of one of those weird things. Maybe they'll come up with an update later, I don't know. But now that we're on the open road, you can hear I've got the blinker on, and this has the 360 view camera. So when I kick on the blinker, I actually get a small camera in my digital display here, and that's gonna show me my blind spot. So you also are gonna have blind spot monitoring. There's a ton of safety features in here, but that little blinker camera is so good, and I found myself really liking that feature, and I know when I get back in my own car, I'm definitely gonna be missing that. But a few other things with the limited: this one has the sunroof, and I mean, the Santa Cruz is very usable. It obviously drives just like a Tucson. It's going to be very similar to that, except for with the truck bed, you get a ton of usability. Maybe you're like me, the weekend warrior going to Home Depot, making those runs, and you need a little bit extra space. This is going to provide that. It's got a sliding, locking, like hard tonneau cover on there, which comes from Hyundai, which is super cool. And then beyond that, you're gonna have LED bed lights. You're also gonna have a 115-volt plug in the back. So if you need any power tools, or you're going camping, there's a ton of usability. Even though it is a smaller bed, for someone like me who's not hauling stuff around all the time, that's just gonna be a great option for doing things on the regular. Now, the ride and drive. You've got your little drive modes down here, so I can go into sport mode, you can go into smart or snow, or just into the normal mode, but this is a 8-speed wet dual clutch. So the shifts are lightning fast when you're in sport mode, and you're also gonna have paddle shifters on the wheel here, which makes it really fun and sporty. I can't think of another truck that I've gotten in and had so much fun behind the wheel. It kind of does give you the best of both worlds. You get a little bit of sportiness, a little bit of fun, but still a ton of usability. It makes the Santa Cruz an awesome little vehicle. So let's talk a little bit about the styling on the exterior. Now, this is an added option, one of only a few to this vehicle, and it's the sage green exterior, which is really cool. The Santa Cruz comes in just your standard colors, but also a couple fun ones, and this sage green with the wheels, these are the 20-inch wheels. It looks so good on the exterior. And then you'll also notice, like I mentioned, the LED headlights are gonna be standard, but this also has those cool LED daytime running lights, which kind of fills the front grille, gives it a very unique look. And I mean, like I said, the styling is great on this vehicle, the usability is good, and the powertrain is also a great option. Now, this is the 2.5T, so this is gonna be our turbo model, and it gives you a lot of get up and go. I mean, just merging out into traffic here, it's quiet, but then when I put my foot down, I mean, it really goes. It's almost laughable because you don't expect it out of a small sort of crossover pickup like this vehicle, but it's got plenty of juice. It gets great fuel economy. It's got all-wheel drive for the Minnesota winters. I mean, the more and more you drive this vehicle and kind of live with it, the more you can understand this might just be a great mid-size SUV / pickup option when you're looking for a new car. So a few other things, again, back to that digital instrument cluster, your gauge displays here, pretty cool. There's a lot of different settings you can kind of buzz through, whether that's your adaptive cruise control. I mean, like I said, you have blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert. This also has the 360 or bird's eye camera, and there's a little button down here. So I can click it now that I'm at the stoplight. I can see if there's anyone next to me or around me. Just click it again, and that's gonna turn it off. That is a pretty awesome feature. Like I said, the more I drive this truck, the more I think, man, what doesn't this have, or what couldn't you use out of this vehicle? And I mean, as the Limited, the price point does go up a little bit. Obviously, there's lower trim levels, or like I said, that new XRT trim. But I think for the money, this is an amazing package put together that gives you daily usability. It gives you a great, smooth, comfortable ride when you're on the road, not to mention fun and utility. The Hyundai Santa Cruz is absolutely something you have to add to your list before you buy your next vehicle. So that was just a quick look at the all-new 2024 Hyundai Santa Cruz. Now, if you'd like more information to schedule a test drive, you can visit us at either one of our Hyundai locations or online at walser.com. Thanks for watching.